Y'all, this is take number 92 of me trying to get this video, and I finally got a good one and I wasn't recording. But who cares? It's me. I'm back in the flesh. I'm alive and well. I know people have been asking, Trav, where in the world are you? I'm here on sabbatical, on vacation, as you can see from my living room couch. I have not moved in a couple of days, but I've taken a much needed break just to rest, recalibrate, get things together, restructure business, and restructure my content so I can get on a consistent basis. So if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button, then see that little bell there, hit it and turn on your post notifications so you're the first to know when new content comes forward. Also, classes are back, all right? For the fall, they start on September the 12th with the SilkPress Masterclass, and then on September the 19th with the Color Theory Masterclass. Both classes have been updated. The information has been updated. They're a little longer because I got so much more stuff to get out to you guys, and I want to make sure I get good education on the forefront. So make sure you register, hit the links down below. Register for those classes. I look forward to seeing your faces on my screen. I look forward to interacting with you and answering all your questions. Also, I get questions about booking all the time. Trav, it's impossible to book. I'm trying to make that process as seamless as possible, but I'm only one person. So until I get an assistant, which I'm kind of working on, this is what you got. So make sure you go online, book as you can. Send me a message if you're having an issue. If it's an outstanding, service or something like that, I can maybe fit it in. We'll see what we can do. I can't make any guarantees, but that's what it is. All right. In the meantime, let's get into today's video. I want to talk about tape pins. I get so many questions and inquiries about them. I do a lot of it in the salon. It's a trending service right now, but there's a lot of myths, misconceptions, and misuses around them. And I want to make sure that we have some education around extensions and how we're using them, how we're applying them, all that good stuff. I've seen so many YouTube videos with doing it themselves. And then I see so much negative kind of press about it. It broke my hair off. It's not for me. Let's just talk about it. Let's dive in. All right. Let's pull the cover back and let's talk about it for what it really is. All right. So let's get into the video. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications. I'm back. Let's get into this education. All right. See you on the other side.
All right, let's just get straight into it. Okay, tape pins. Where did they come from? What are they? I know they're trending right now all over social media and on YouTube. Here's the tea. They're not new. They've been around for a very, very long time. Close to 20 years, actually. I've seen some of my introductions to this technique as old as like my first year out of beauty school. The challenge is when they first came out, they were very primitive. They only had like maybe one or two textures. Everything was straight or body wave because it wasn't made for us. But since then, we have made great strides in texture, and especially dealing with raw hair now, you can pretty much steam process this hair to get any type of curl you want. So with that being said, here we are. I got certified officially to do tape-ins and other seamless techniques back in 2015. I said that's so old, 20 and 15. Who says that? Anyway, I got certified back in 2015, and I did not do a lot of these initially, again, because of that texture barrier. It's just never a good look to put bone straight hair on my natural guests, because when they go outside on a humid day, it's disrespectful, okay? And they're gonna be fighting with the texture to make their leave out look like the silky straight hair. So it never worked. But again, we have texture now, so they're back on the market. They're trending. They're the hot item. But the question is, who are they for? Because they're not for everybody. Okay, so I start every single install off with a consultation. So before we agree to anything, before hair is ordered, we're going to talk about what this technique is it right for you, so on and so forth. I thoroughly recommend a consultation before you get any extension technique installed on your hair, so you can understand what it's going to do, how it's going to perform, the maintenance, the do's and the don'ts. Okay, I find myself in the salon honestly saying no more than I say yes to installing this technique. The reason being is it's not for every client, and it's specifically not for the guest that does not come back into the salon for regular maintenance. So this is for my guests that I see on a regular basis. I know their hair. If they're coming in for maintenance, they're here at least once a month to make sure their hair is being taken care of, and they do the rest at home. This is not for the guests that's in protective styles, back to back, sew-ins, protective styles, braids. If you've been doing that for like the last 3 years, this is probably not the technique for you, only because your natural hair is not out, is not used to being manipulated, is not used to human environments, all that good stuff. You're gonna end up fighting with this install because your hair is out in between. So as much hair as you see me install, her hair is still out, it's still flexible. She still has access to her scalp. It is good for my clients, and this is all seamless techniques. They are good for my guests that need to have continuous access to their scalps for treatment, that have underlying scalp issues, or they just want to take care of their hair and deep condition on a regular basis. This is a good option for them. It's instant length and fullness, but they still have access to their scalp. Okay, so the install is pretty simple. As you can see, you just take one tab, their hair is going to be sandwiched in between the other tab, and you close it and seal it. That's pretty much it. So it seems on the surface. The amount of hair that goes in between each tab depends on the client. Okay, so it's very important that you are trained to work with texture and that you are certified on this technique. I see so many people doing these at home on themselves. I've seen YouTube videos and I cringe at every single one. And the reason being is that although it looks styleable and it looks, oh my God, I can style, I can pull it up, the install matters, because the grow out is where breakage happens. Okay, I repeat that, the grow out is where breakage happens. If they're not installed flush against the scalp with the right amount of space in between, with the right amount of hair in between each sandwich at the right angle, they're going to grow out at an adverse angle, and those corners will experience breakage because they're pulling. That's going to create tension. You may not feel it, but you're talking about hinging an entire extension on strands of hair. That's the thing about seamless techniques. We are hinging extensions on strands of hair. All right, whether it be tape, micro links, I-tips, carrot tips, doesn't matter. We are putting these on strands of hair. So the way they're installed is tedious, and it should be done by a professional. Also, that professional should be certified or have taken a class in this technique. Okay, this is as easy as it seems to do. I can do this. I saw the video. I done seen a bunch of people do on YouTube. I can just put them in, or I can start offering a service. It's a no for me. You need to get some education behind it, because there are nuances to each technique. The way the hair grows from the head, the amount of hair in between each sandwich, the density, all that kind of stuff matters. And if you're not paying attention to those details, you will experience slippage and you will experience breakage. Okay, and that is not a slight to the technique. That's a slight to the install or the application. Okay, whether it's a sew-in, whether it is a wig, whether it's micro links, I-tips, I don't care if it's a bun. You need to have working knowledge of that client's hair, the way it grows, check all the above. All right, make sure you have the knowledge you need to install these. Don't go all willy-nilly off a YouTube video. And I'm on YouTube, so I understand you can get good education. This is not one of those things. You need to go to a class. Okay, whether it's virtual or you sit in person, and you need to practice on a mannequin or find a model, something. But you cannot just go all willy-nilly with this technique. It's not going to end well. Okay, it seldom does. Even from takedown to removal to maintenance, you need to be trained. Okay, the benefits of this technique is it's super duper flat. It can go almost anywhere, unlike a wefts. It lays flush against the head and the scalp, and can be pulled up in various styles, whether it be ponytails, buns, half up, half down. It's all about how it's installed. So it's very versatile, as all the seamless techniques are. That's the selling point for them, is their versatility. But you want to make sure you choose the seamless techniques that's right for you. Okay, so that's why I stress, and I will stress it probably a million times in a video: consultation, consultation, consultation. Okay, you need to decide if this is the right technique for you, and don't be offended if a stylist says no. There aren't a few of us that say no. I mean, there are only a few of us that say no, but if we say no, it's for a reason. Okay, don't go down the street and then so and so said she could do it, when you had an experienced stylist tell you this is not the best technique for you, especially if you're not used to manipulating your hair. Your hair is still out with this, so if you're natural, you're going to experience all the woes of being natural, along with having some hair added. All right, it can be done on relaxed hair. My client here actually is relaxed. You have to wait 2 weeks before you install these after relaxed. You want to give the hair a chance to resettle, that those bonds resettle in the hair, so the hair is not in a weak position to install an extension on. All right, again, these are being hinged on strands of hair. When done healthily, you will experience growth. You won't experience any breakage. Your hair will be just fine in between. When it's not done right, is going to be hell to pay. And that's with any seamless technique. I have seen them go bad, and I do a lot of them. So I'm actually more of a fan of seamless than I am of traditional techniques, like sew-ins and stuff like that. It's just more versatility, and I can treat the hair in between. But with all that being said, they have to be installed by a trained technician. Okay, micro links, I-tips, tape-ins, carrot tips, all that good stuff, it needs to be installed by a trained professional. Guys, you cannot do everything yourself. I watch videos, and I don't know how in the world you got clean sections in the back of your head and you can't see it. It's just not possible. Okay, there's stuff that's going to the tape that shouldn't be. Extra hairs, any extra hairs that get pulled into the corners from the outside, they're going to break. Guaranteed they're going to get pulled out in the brushing process or when you manipulate the hair when you wash and condition. Okay, so just make sure it's done by a professional. Can't stress that enough. But once you got them in there, baby, it's like heaven. You forget they're there. Your hair is moving and shaking. You can pull it up when you want to. There's so much versatility to the technique, and my clients that have them love them, and they usually get addicted to them. They're easy wear, but again, they are for the guest that comes in the salon on a regular basis. So some of the don'ts with tape-in extensions: you do not want to use oil. Okay, before they're installed, you want to make sure you clarify, and use a sulfate-free, lightweight shampoo and conditioner before you proceed to your styling step. Okay. Also, any serums need to be applied to the ends of the hair shaft only. Do not apply any oil to the roots. Oil and adhesive do not get along. Also, if you're a guest that sweats or works out on a regular basis, again, this may not be the technique for you because all that sweat in the scalp and constantly being wet and dry will break the adhesive down. Before you know it, they're going to start to slip, and we're going to have to replace them or take the install out altogether. So avoid oil at all costs. Essentially, most of our removers are oil based, so you already know what that does. It's going to tear the tape up. So don't oil your scalp. Put your coconut oil down, all that good stuff. It's just enough. Okay. So this is the finished result. She's going to wear these anywhere from 6 to 10 weeks. It all depends on growth pattern, oil production, and lifestyle. Okay, and in terms of how long they last. I also want to show you guys my takedown process. Very simple. There's a remover. I use a 2-step remover. I'll put it down in the description box below. The first remover goes onto the tape tab. It starts to break down the adhesive and break the bond that holds the adhesive to the hair. Okay, after you saturate it, let it soak for a couple minutes and gently just open the tape up. When you slide down, the tape will come down with it. The second step I use is an oil-based remover. They're a team. They work together. First step breaks the bond. The second step comes in and removes any residue from the hair shaft. Okay, I've never had a case where I've had these be removed and hair breaks off and people lose hair and stuff like that. Never seen it unless it's done the wrong way. Okay, very important. But that's it, guys. If you got any more questions, put them down in the comments below. I'll be sure to answer them as I can. Shoot me a message, DM, or set up a consultation. Again, booking is open. Make sure you register for my upcoming classes for the fall. And I look forward to seeing you all very soon. Again, content is going to be coming out at a much faster pace now, so stay tuned. Turn on those post notifications. I love y'all. I'll see y'all soon. Enjoy. Watch it, share it, like it, subscribe, all that good stuff. Happy to be back. See y'all.